But here is one. I think there was a white paper about why the investigation into UAPs is so important for, and implementing policies surrounding them within governments is so important for preventing potential nuclear war.
Hmm.
Why is that?
Because if an object were, and this was actually, there was an event like this, if an object or let's say a fleet of objects is moving towards the United States that would otherwise be interpreted as ballistic missiles, that could, that might trigger a response. You want to know, obviously, right? And so, you don't. I mean, I had a conversation with a government group just in the last month around just the thought of, you know, if you were a um, if you were Russia or if you were China and you wanted to use the stigma of UFOs to get a craft into the United States or a bomb or a surveillance object into the United States, you'd make it look like you'd basically cover it with something that made it look like a UFO, a flying saucer, and it was still conventionally driven by propellers for all you care, but you'd make it look like that because everybody would ignore it. They're like, oh, I don't want to see that, right? So it's and in fact, you've probably heard about the Chinese balloons,
Hmm.
right? They were basically using our lack of attention to detail. And it was, and this is interesting, your audience probably doesn't know about it. It was only because we had been banging on NORAD and the others to open up the aperture of their detection systems that those balloons were found.
By we, you mean?
By we, meaning the UAP community,
Oh,
basically
really?
me and all the, yeah.
That's
So,
fascinating.
so here's what happens. This is fascinating. Our sensor systems are so sophisticated that they collect so much information that you have to filter it out.
Right.
So what they do is the filters only look for things that we know about. And everything else that moves anomalously is filtered out because that couldn't possibly be a missile.
Mhm.
So all the information that actually is UAP is just discarded. Literally, it's not even collected because they just are interested because they're scanning the skies and they can only look uh, and spend so much time looking for the things that they know. What that does, though, obviously, is the unintended consequence of that is if somebody comes up with something even relatively conventional but falls outside of our parameters of what it is that the data we're collecting, they could slip in anything through the screen.